Hello guys, I am out in my fall messy bow garden out front, and I just want to kind of go over the plants. I did a kind of silent walking tour last week, and I just wanted to go over some of the plants in the garden right now. This is White Night Sweet Alyssum, which I planted in May, and you can see it's still doing amazing. This is a Supertunia Morning Glory Charm, but I believe it's going to be converting over to the name Vista instead of Charm. That's coming up for the next season, but that's the Morning Glory. And these have been just gorgeous in my window baskets and in my landscape all season. I trim these every maybe 3 weeks. I give them a nice little trim, and I fertilize all of my annuals on a weekly basis with Espoma Organic Bloom. I go along and fertilize all my pots with that. I have some salvia in here that has been blooming on and off. You know, you shear back the salvia when its blooms are spent, and then you can get a couple more flushes of blooms out of it. And I'm gonna fix my bow right now because it's bothering me. We had some wind and rain, so things are getting a little disheveled here. But anyway, I am so happy that I planted these baby gem boxwoods, and there's a nice little Halloween spider web in here. But anyway, they have put on, you can see, a bunch of new growth already. I was initially going to do these in a kind of tight hedge row, but I think I'm going to try and shape them into little spheres and maybe kind of try and keep them in the same size that they are now. So at the same time that I planted the baby gem boxwood, I also came along and planted some yellow and purple pansies, and you can see those are doing fantastic. I have some little weeds coming up here, and I will hand pull those. Everything's looking really great still. My favorite Supertunia Bordeaux there. I have lemon coral sedum, which I hear that it is a perennial here in my zone 7A. I had this in the landscape last year, and it did not survive as a perennial for me. So I did plant that again this season. I think that if you probably protected it a bit and brought it into the house in pots, you'd be far better off and have more success wintering that over. And I have my wee white hydrangea here. Here's the one that was looking pretty sad in the pot, and I did defoliate some of the leaves there. I just pulled them off, and you can see, yeah, it wasn't happy. So this is going to be a much better spot for it to spread out and grow. That is a euonymus winter creeper. I am so impressed with the way these Supertunias are still looking fantastic. I do spray them for budworm. I use Bonide Thuricide BT on those. Anytime I see little signs of any kind of budworm activity going on. Things are looking a little mushy right now. We've had rain for like 2 solid days, so things are not looking entirely fluffy. Time for a mum swap there. You can see they eventually just, like any plant, will go. I have a love-hate kind of thing going on with the mums. They don't last very long. Well, I can't necessarily say that. This one has been in here for about a month. So with that said, I think that's pretty good. And I'll just pop that out, and I'll leave the other plants in there. And then I get some questions about this an awful lot. These are yews, and they get like the red berries that you can see right there. And they just give like a nice evergreen backdrop for the hydrangea. And then just moving along to the steps, I have some variegated ivy and some pansies. And I did leave this ivy in the pot all winter last year. It did die back a bit as expected, but it all flushed back and came back beautiful in the spring. So that's been there all summer, all spring, and I'll leave that here for the winter as well. I added these cute little mice decals. Shout out to Garden Answer on that one. I saw that Laura did that last year, and I thought it was so cute. So on Amazon, guys, that's where I got those. I typed in, I think, mice silhouettes, and they're just like little vinyl stickers. Very cool. This pumpkin and birds is new. That's from Campania International. Anybody interested, I will put a link to the detail on that. But just beautiful. I love the patina and the aged kind of stain that they have on that. It's just beautiful. some gaillardia in here, the red, and an ornamental pepper, and some faux pumpkins and real pumpkins. Dichondra silver falls in the pot here with some pansies and a purple fountain grass. Over here I won't repeat, but you know, it's the Bordeaux and the wee white hydrangea. And just up here I have some surefire rose begonia with the Dichondra silver falls, and then some sweet potato vine and ornamental kale. These are Dolce Cherry Truffle Sucera and a Primo Wild Berry. This one I'm particularly fond of. It's got like a silvery purple foliage and like a deep purple underside. It's very pretty. And some Coleus here that's doing wonderful. And with the Coleus, to keep it nice and thick, you snap off these blooms here and don't really let those blooms take over, even though the blooms are pretty too. But if you snap off those blooms, then it fills in real nice and thick, instead of getting kind of like tall and real lanky. You kind of keep it nice and condensed and thick. And just got the dried hydrangeas back here. And the arrangement, you can see the pansies and the kale there all looking really good. So this is it. Everything's just winding down for the season. And just wanted to get out here and really quickly show you guys a couple of things. And then again, with the baby gem boxwood, I'd say that this is one of the best things that I planted, the best thing that I planted all season. Just looking great. And I will be doing a really, really big and exciting giveaway. A big one, guys, coming up. So stay tuned. Subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, because I'll have all the details up there. But it's a big one and it'll be coming within the next few weeks. And I promise you guys won't be disappointed. And just thanking you guys so much for being here all this season. This has made my gardening season so special and so fun. So I'll be putting some new fresh mums in there. I have a ton of gorgeous plants from Southern Living Plant Collection that I'm going to be planting up. Some gorgeous hollies and some camellias and just some carex, loropetalum, just gorgeous things coming up. So keep an eye out. Big giveaway coming up soon. And thank you guys so much. Hope you all are having an awesome and amazing fall.